Hey, Bobby Moats here.
Hey, my name is Riley.
Hey everybody, this is Michael and you're listening to Speculo Live.
Welcome to episode 15 of the Speculo Live podcast with Bobby Moats and Michael Ward. How are you doing, Michael?
Hey buddy, I'm good. How are you?
I am amazing. It's Tuesday. The weather is great. It's 74 and sunny outside. I mean, that's hard to beat in Texas.
Yeah, man, running in 100-degree heat is just too much for any human being to do. I don't know why people would do it. I don't know why I do it, but I'm on this streak timber thing right now. Run every day for the 30 days of September, and day 9 today, and I'm hoping it stays cooler because it is hotter than Hades outside.
Well, I mean, it's felt great today. It was like 59 when I woke up. It's as you start to hit fall in Texas, football's on. We've got cooler weather. It's my wife's bringing out all the fall decor.
Yes, pumpkins and whatever else, right?
I'm going to be told to start a fire here later tonight, probably.
Absolutely.
It's
Do
still
that
technically
thing.
summertime.
Dive right into that and embrace it. Don't argue it.
Yeah.
Well, good, man. Yeah, I'm excited. Look, obviously, these episodes we do threes all the time, right? Because that's how our brains function as human beings. Today we're going to talk about mortgage rates dropping. Our good friends over at Claude settled a pretty high-profile lawsuit. So if you're using Claude, you'll probably want to listen to that. And we're going to talk about why Zillow reviews might be fake. There was some data that came out from a Harvard study that showed that 24% of Zillow reviews might be fake. So if you're leaning on that as a way to validate yourself, you might want to rethink that, or just tell your friends to stop leaving amazing reviews. Because it sounds like it's starting to fall apart. But then obviously we're going to get into some things like some of our product updates, some things that we're hearing from clients and conversations we're hearing in the industry. And lots to cover. So let's just dive right in, Robert.
Cool. So jumping in, the interest rates dropping. That's big news for real estate. I know we're talking about AI, Speculo AI, but that's big news for every single one of our clients, our own real estate teams. That's big news for, because as those drop, and I think they're supposed to drop even more here over the next couple weeks, that's going to just lead to a lot of these houses that are sitting on the market, which we see a lot of them. I have one myself, are actually going to start moving because people can start to actually afford homes again if we can get those rates under 6% here pretty quickly.
Yeah, super exciting.
Yeah, buyers coming back when that happens, because right now they're all hiding.
Yeah, I mean, that 30-year fixed rate, now they're seeing at 6.24%. Some that are going in at the 15-year mark are actually getting in that 5% range, which is super cool. High applications are hitting record highs, so that's a bit of a different situation if you're an agent. But buyers are coming back, and if you're not ready to convert, you are definitely falling behind. Be ready.
I mean, record highs since October 2024. It's good, and at the same time, nobody was refinancing in October 2024. That number was zero.
So. Yeah, exactly. We're actually in that same situation where we're looking at refi to like move some of our investments around, and we're eagerly waiting to see that magic number. And if it hits below 6, man, we're moving to Cabo. No, I'm just kidding. We're not moving to Cabo, but we're going to take some of that equity and make it a little smarter. We'll see what happens there. Very cool. Well, that's kind of our mortgage talk. If you need to get bigger on that, I would definitely encourage you go to your typical news sources, your Forbes, your Wall Street Journal, Market Watch, whatever it may be, and follow diligently. But I'm certain if you're in the real estate industry, you probably look at it every day like I used to look at the oil prices when I was in the energy industry. So
yep, talk to your preferred lender. I'm sure they will appreciate it.
And if you are your own preferred lender, then reach out to your past clients and talk to them about moving.
Yes.
Very cool, man. Well, let's talk about this other thing that we've got from a news drop, Claude's AI. So what's happening there? You dropped this bomb on me. I didn't know about this.
Yeah. So a lot of content sources, so newspapers, things like that, like a lot of these content sources that are on the web starting to get upset because not only Anthropic that owns Claude, but also OpenAI with ChatGPT and all these other ones leveraged information that they could find on the internet to train their AIs. That's just, we all knew that happened, right?
Of course.
We all knew that happened. But apparently there were people that were very upset about it. Obviously, the people that actually wrote the content. I don't care if they use my content, but there's like some of these news organizations, content organizations, et cetera, we're very upset about it. So Anthropic is the first of these, the big 3 or 4 to settle this lawsuit. They settled for $1.5 billion.
Wow. Where do I sign up to get some of that cash? Holy
Yeah.
smokes.
Well, I think I read somewhere that the amount of cash that people that these organizations were going to get, or if their content was there, was like up to $3,000 or something like that.
Wow.
So I don't know. I don't think anybody listening is entitled to any cash. But at the end of the day, this kind of sets a standard for the types of information that these AI platforms can leverage to train themselves. But I will also tell you, first off, this is not going to be the last settlement that gets done. I guarantee you, OpenAI's is going to be bigger.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they've already trained all these models.
Yeah.
Right? It's
I mean,
doesn't
where
matter.
everybody gone are the days of like, oh, I don't want anyone to have my password, and I don't want to put too much public information. Like, it's already done. Like, it's done. The internet knows more about you than you can ever imagine, and unfortunately, it is what it is. You don't want to accept it as an inevitability, but like, unless you decide to just shut off your world and go live in the mountains, which if you want to do that, I'll be, just let me know where you're at. I'm in too. Let's get off the grid. It's just going to happen. It's one of those things, but it does bring up a real thing, which is vet your AI tools, right? Understand the safety and the legalities of the tools that you're using, right? It's super important to understand, where they're pulling the data from, how they're using the data, and how it impacts you as an individual user.
Yeah. And just so y'all know, Claude is completely safe. Nobody's like you're not going to be able to you're not going to have to stop using it. You're still going to be able to leverage it. It's going to work as well as it's ever worked. It's only going to get better. They just, some of the original stuff they trained it on is going away, which is not a huge deal.
Yeah, it's probably already irrelevant data as it is. They're probably able to pull it from other places and as it exists. There's the Wayback Machine. There's all the things. So, it's not that it's a nothing burger, but I will say, like, just vet your sources, vet the tools that you use. But at the end of the day, I think that really what we need to be aware of is like all this information is out there, and they're going to get these data points from multiple sources as it is. And far be it, Bobby, for me to say that there's people out there that would just make an entire career off of suing big corporations, but I'm inclined to think that this is probably one of those things. When AI came out and data started being pulled, lawyers were licking their chops, just waiting for the chance to drop the guillotine. I think a lot of these AI companies understand this is a cost of doing business. I very highly doubt they were shocked that this came across, but there's a lot of ambulance chasers out there that are just looking to make a buck. And so, this is one of those things. That's why they have insurance and protection. And we don't want to be working with AI companies that are actively, acquiring data from nefarious means. But I do think like this is one of those things that's just going to be an inevitability, and you're going to see it happen with AI as a whole. Like there's going to be more restrictions, more regulations with everything. It just happens that way. So cost of doing business, man, it is what it is in the industry. It doesn't impact us. We're quite content to keep going. News drop number 3, 24% of Zillow reviews may be fake. What? I mean, man, I don't even know where to start with this, but
I've had some fake Zillow reviews that were negative on my site from disgruntled people that we've been in contact with.
Yeah, and I mean, look, we get reviews on the brewery page all the time that, they're real though. I can tell you right now, I respond to every single one of them, but I will say like it's a legitimate thing that people will boost their rating or their visibility. They use it in their promotional things. Over 500 positive reviews. And like, I think it's a great tactic every time that you close a transaction to reach out and say, hey, the best way that you can honor this relationship is either referrals, give me a great review, because, Google loves that stuff. And when people are searching for local leaders, they look for great reviews from a local source and they check on Google. But don't be goofballish and like tell your cousins who've never used you to go on and talk about how awesome you are. Like, let the work dictate the review. Let's be honest. Like, let's don't create a false like a movie set, a Hollywood movie set where you think you're in a Western town and the wind blows down and you're standing in the desert, right? Like all the buildings start falling over and it's not actually a real Western town. It's all fake. Don't create fake pillars around you. Work hard to get those reviews because you deserve them, not because you think that's what you need to get business. So that's the only scandalous Zillow stuff we're going to talk about today. There's a million other things that we could have looked at, but none of that is applicable to this episode. Moving on, that is your industry information and knowledge. So let's talk about segment 2. from the front lines, what are agents saying right now? We obviously have the luxury and the privilege to talk to multiple teams across the state, multiple big teams, small teams, individual agents, and just hearing what they're talking about. Just from their business perspective, whether they become clients or not, we love to be a conduit of conversation. And so right now, one of the things I'm hearing is like agents are drowning in tech and they're not thriving with it. Like, talk to me about that, Bobby. You are somebody that's done all the things. You have literally done every platform. You tried to build your own CRM. You've launched so many different types of tech. Why do you think this is happening?
I think we're at a moment in time where everything was trying to streamline, but it couldn't really happen effectively 5-10 years ago. And instead of it actually streamlining, which it ultimately did, because we were down to like one CRM, one thing, like everybody was using one thing and it was streamlining pretty well. But then with the age of AI and the boom that came, it has created so many different pieces of technology, which we're one of them. Like I understand that, which splintered everything. And I think that this is a moment in time as all of these tools and tech vie for agent attention and establish themselves as the best of the best. But what's going to ultimately happen is that these are all going to come back together and it's going to be the most streamlined technology that we've ever had as an industry. I think that's going to happen. I think we have to go through these growing pains right now to figure out what are we actually supposed to be using. But it's going to be a renaissance of technology for real estate agents once the big successful AI tech firms step up and create something that's tremendously useful and streamlined for these agents.
Yeah.
Selfishly, we're going to be one of them.
Yeah, 100%. And look, that we are innovative thought, and we're going to keep talking about this. And I want to plant this flag now, so you hear it on stage from somebody else. But we have diligently now made that what was viewed as innovative before. Of look at all this crazy crap that we invented and created, and wow, look at all these cool new toys you can play with. We actually are in the bucket of look. You know what's innovative right now? Getting the shit that you build to do the thing it says it's going to do. What an innovative thought, right? And we're directing all of our time and effort and energy into doing that and continually building on that, right? Just like there's so many platforms out there. And it's one of the ahas that we had is like, I don't think that execution of agents is actually broken. I think people are just bogged down. I think that they've just got so many tools they're using. They spend more time in these tools than they do with these, as you say, belly to belly conversations. And what I'm hearing very loudly is I want less logins. I want more action. I want more results, right? And I'm not closing less because I'm lazy. I'm closing less because I'm overstacked. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overextended. And so I think, that's really what we're hearing right now is like, I want less tools and I want the tools that I use to work. You and I have consulted with a few different teams where it's like, hey, you had 60 agents. Why? Why do you have 60 agents when only, the top 5% of them are actually producing? Why not just focus on that top 5%? Decrease your tech stack and use tech stack pieces that actually work.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. So I think, that's one of the things we're hearing a lot is the tech fatigue. The other thing that keeps coming up is this word that's a magic word, and I'm not making this up because I have a connection to it, but teamridge. People are using these teamridge models to drive leads to their agents, and they're utilizing our platform as a way to do that, right? It's a scalable way to do it. Why do you think that is now more applicable?
I think it's more applicable because it was like the right route to go. And I think people quit on teamridge not because it wasn't working. People quit on teamridge because of a shift in the market. Right. And they thought that their lack of success that they were seeing was directly related to teamridge, when in reality, it was directly related to where the market was at that point in time, and everything was going down. So I think that at the end of the day, the teamridge model is something that's going to establish itself as the way to go, not only for building teams and a lot of these cloud brokerages. If you build a team, you're building a teamridge basically, because you are the local brokerage. And with the legacy brokerage models, like they're going to have to move in that direction also to be able to compete. So I definitely see this as like, this is the future of real estate. Gary Keller is the first person to start talking about it. He's not a stupid guy. He knows what's happened, where it's supposed to be, what's happening, where it's going. He just had to take his eyeballs off it because, the market's shifting and there was other priorities in place.
Yeah. And I think too, I just had a great call yesterday with a potential client that has been doing, I've known him for 4 years, watching him build his Teamridge. And I asked him, how has it been going? He's like, we're going to do 40 sides this year just on our Teamridge alone, and which is exceptionally powerful. And so I said to him, what was the defining pivot? What was the thing that was, the anchor that started to get results? And he said, he's like, honestly, it was the connector, the person that could qualify the leads, then make that handoff. They got super strong in their scripts. They got super strong in their outreach. They were very dedicated to their consistency of outreach. But then they were able to convert the conversations. And because they built it over time, they were going through the database and sussing out what was true, what was not. Then they knew, this person told me to follow up in 6 months. This person told me to follow up in 8 months. They were tagging it. They were putting it in their FUB accounts, like all that stuff. And suddenly it took them 2.5 years to become an overnight success, but it just started to accumulate transactions. And the other side from other Teamridge conversations I've had now is less agents, more transactions, right? The biggest mistake a lot of these people have made is like, let's throw 10 agents at the problem. The answer to your problem is not more agents. That is not going to fix the holes and the gaps that are clearly in your system. It's go with one agent, get one agent to get one transaction, one closing done, and then do it again, and then do it again, and then do it again. And what you find is this rock that you're pushing up the hill, suddenly he hits that peak. And now you've got a ton of leads that are ultimately you've built a sphere of, because you've been engaging with them so consistently, that are ready to convert. And they're handing it off live to an agent that's ready to go. And that agent is then converted to a high level. And then once you've got them at 10 transactions, then maybe look at adding another agent. And now's the time to do that. Less agents, right tools, more conversions. So that's what we're doing right now. So yeah, people are obviously overwhelmed with tech fatigue. And Teamridge is making a comeback. People are starting to really see it as an opportunity to generate new revenue. If you have any questions about Teamridge, let me know. Yeah, I've delved into that in a very deep way. And a lot of
Not very much, right?
Yeah, there's a few things I know about that. Yeah. Anyways, well, cool, man. Let's talk about our fun stuff now. Product drops. This is where you thrive, right? Let's crush through this. So let's talk about feature highlights. Some of the things that we are really excited about. What are you excited about right now that you just launched out?
Oh, I am excited about some of the stuff that we're putting in the front end of our tools. How do I describe this? So all of our contacts, we're now bubbling up information on property insights. If they have an address, we know what their equity looks like. We know last time they bought the home. We know insights about that house to improve your conversation there. Our AI is going out and fetching that data. Remy is also doing lead scoring. It's looking at all the interactions that we've had with this contact, whether they're on the website or whether they've had good conversations on the phone or whatever that is. It's going in there and it's scoring the leads. So that most high profile people that you need to talk to with our hot leads list. So you can literally go in now. You look at our hot leads list. You just go down the line. Say, I need to talk to this person, look at their information, look at the property insights, ask Remy to summarize the contacts so you have a good summary of them, and then turn around and have a great conversation on the phone. And maybe at the end of the day that you already talked to that person because Remy transferred it to you, but while they were on the phone with them. But these are the things we're trying to increase conversion at a high level. Right. We can do everything in the world to try and get the AI to transfer the phone, transfer hot lead contacts to agents. We've done that, right? Anybody here that has a team knows that not all agents pick up the phone. So you got to have a quick and easy place to go to understand who are the people I need to be engaging with right now, and what are the things that I need to do and the things I need to say. We are doing that, and it's only up from here. We're going to make it better. We're going to make it better. We're going to make it better. And in the age of AI, that is not slowing down, right? As we add new data sources, as we get new touch points, as we get smarter at what we're doing, this is only going to get better. And I have a desire for us to be the best place for you to get a rank ordered, scored list of leads. Like everybody's got one of those. We are doing it with actual data from actual conversations on your actual websites, et cetera. And I think it's going to change the game.
Yeah. And I think you just nailed it. Like, look, lead scoring is nothing new, right? We've got other platforms that are out there in the industry right now that we like that do lead scoring as well and to help you do it. But here's the thing, just like MySpace was a thing, and everybody loved MySpace. And then, you know, the next thing you know, Facebook comes out, then Instagram comes out, then TikTok comes out. Everything just continues to get better as the time goes on, right? Now, and here's the thing, you know, we do all of those things, plus continue to enrich it, plus the AI is generating new active insights to give deeper context with repeat lead behavior, right? Like how is it engaging multiple times, and conversational things, right? It's beyond follow-up, and it creates intelligent prioritization at scale, which is super cool. And I'm really impressed with what you built here, Bobby, you know, even from the public data that you can pull, but then like, how do we contextually bring that into a conversation, right? That wows people, and then live transfers to that agent. And then that agent has all that data as well that they can reference and speak to, and really help this person to, you know, get organized so that it doesn't feel like an octopus on roller skates. All the legs are moving, but there's no direction. When you have that contextual data, the AI is engaged with it as well, talks to the contact, hands it to the agent, and now everyone's on the same page. You can create a vision, right? You can create a dream for these people that has a defined timeline, a strategy, all of that stuff. So what else are you excited about right now?
I mean, that's the biggest thing. I think if you focus in on one thing, that's the biggest thing that we've been doing. There's a lot of other things we've been working on in the back end, you know, to make stuff work better. But when it comes down to what's the most impactful thing, that for us is it.
Yeah. Awesome. We got a lot of events coming up, y'all. We're going to be at all sorts of things at the end of this month. Obviously, RP Elevate. We talked about that last week. There were speaking engagements coming up. Sign up for our newsletter if you're not already. Bobby, is there any other things you want to touch on based on what we've been speaking about in this episode? You know, we like to keep it short. This is 23 minutes, but is there anything that you're working on that you want to get a teaser for before we close out?
No, honestly, we're trying to make everything that we're doing the best of the best possible. So keep looking, keep diving in. If you haven't signed up for our stuff yet, go sign up for it. We're gonna start blowing your mind with some of the stuff that we're doing, and it's only going up from here. Like right now is the worst it's ever going to be. I mean, we're not slowing down.
Yeah.
I never want to be one of those tech companies that slows down.
No, that's exactly right. Well, look, follow us on our social media pages, Speculo AI. You can follow Bobby and I on there as well. We're constantly producing content on there. If you have any questions, please go to our website, speculo.ai. You can actually have a conversation with Remy, who is our AI voice. You can just put your phone number in there and she will give you a call, and you can actually talk to her as though you are a lead and just hear what she has to say, and then book a demo with us, and let's talk about your business. Let's talk about what you're going through, whether it's a fit for you or not with our product. You're always going to learn something. We're going to learn something, and we're going to figure out how we make it better. And super excited.
Yep. I'm excited here.
All right. Well, listen, hook 'em horns, Bobby. I know you're a big horns fan, and obviously you're not a horns fan, but Archie Manning is the future. We all know that. And if you guys have any questions about college football, make sure to message us.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Later, guys.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on the Speculo Live podcast. We are very grateful for your support, as always. If you or someone that you know is interested to just get a consultation on how they're using AI in their real estate business, do not hesitate to hit us up through one of the links in our profile, or you can feel free to DM us on any one of the social channels. Stay tuned for more episodes, and make sure to like and subscribe to make sure that you get notified when our next podcast episode comes up. Thanks, guys.